Good afternoon. How's everybody today? I hope you're doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. How can you be so happy without taking drugs? Not playing with a full deck, maybe that helps, huh? Thai news. What is Kevin talking about today? Well, I got a couple things I'd like to share with you. Three actually, and I think they're all equally as interesting. First one, about the scooter thing. I wrote a list of some questions, and I asked a Thai friend to actually phone like a government hotline to find out about vehicle registration. So there seems to be a big gray area between bicycle, motorized vehicles, scooters, bicycles, and electric. Because when they phoned, there was like many people talking to each other and nobody really understood. So I got another number, talked to many people, got another number, talked to some more people, got another number. So just kept getting passed around. So, which is interesting because that tells me something. Nobody really knows what to do. And I actually this morning listened to some guys who, one guy, they're two, I'm not sure if, I can't remember if they're British or American. I think they're British. Two guys in Taiwan, and they built an electric bike. This guy, he's got, it doesn't look like a bike. It looks more like, fly around my eye. It looks more like a motorcycle, but the battery powered cross country, what do you call them? Dirt bike. That's what it looks like. He made it himself. It's actually a bicycle, but it's in the shape of the electric motorcycles. So in Taiwan, he said the same thing. If the police are around, he goes real slow because he don't want to hurt anybody anyway, and makes like he's pedaling. And nobody really knows what to do yet because there's no real laws yet. So I think if I'm, if you listen to me, I had these many different stages. I thought if I make the trike, first of all, that's going to raise eyes because Falang's sitting on it. But if you just have an electric bicycle, nobody's going to say anything because it looks like a bicycle. So it is kind of a big gray area. So maybe in 5 years, many countries will have laws. But right now, you can sort of skate between the law and just get a bicycle. But this guy had a 3,000 watt wheel on it. And he said you have to be really careful because it'll flip you up if you're not careful. And it will do, how fast did he say? 70 miles an hour. So it's like 120, I think he said it's 115 to 120 kilometers. So it's like 65 to 70 miles an hour on a bicycle. So I'm thinking, don't know what to do yet. Maybe I can just, I'm not going to go far with it, so it's just around here. So maybe I'll go ahead and build it anyway. But right now I'm just going to sit tight. I got to wait to end of next month until I get some money from England again. Do my quarterly money moving. So that's where I am right now. It's like a gray area. Nobody really knows what to do. Part two is, I want to get some, what? Part two is, I want to get some lunch, and I had to do some food shopping. I was kind of out of food, and my fridge was kind of empty. So I went there, and I seen Army cadets. They're still at school, but they do cadets. I guess you have to be a certain age. And in Thailand, they have national, what do they call it again? Conscript. You have to join the army for 2 years. But if you do the cadets, you don't have to join the army. And me, been in the green clothes, and you just have a natural eye to look at uniforms. How clean are your boots? It's a natural thing for me. And the uniforms were okay. Some of them were a bit faded, which is fine. But all their boots needed polishing. They actually had areas of their boots that was scuffed up with no polish on. And I'm like, okay, cadets, it's acceptable. But then I was in the fruit section, and a lady was in a cadet uniform. Her uniform was pressed clean and her boots were super shiny. I was like, guys, you need to take a leaf out of this young lady's book. Get your boots cleaned. And what else I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, you know, there's rumors of recession. You know, this morning I was listening to GM in America. I think they made $8 billion, if I remember right, $8 billion profit last year, but nobody's had a decent pay rise. So they want a decent pay rise and they want health and safety. And they're not going to, they say they're not going to accept anything less. So the unions, you know, recession knocking on the door and they're going on strike. I'm not saying that's wrong or right. I'm just saying, hey, you know, we're walking on thin ice. You know, you're playing chicken on thin ice, right? Do you run across the ice or not? And say, I'll try, but you might fall in. So I think it's like that. But I was just thinking about living here in Thailand. I think I'm super blessed. You know why? Because I think Thai people have already already with one ear to the ground for that sort of thing. Because if you know, I was thinking about it in the grocery store. If you look at the way Thai people eat, what do they eat? They eat veggies, rice, and a few, maybe a salt, pepper, a few different sauces, a little bit of meat, some veggies, and rice, right? But it's all made in one pot. It's not something, it's not processed foods. You know, and most Thai people can just walk off into the woods and find 10 herbs and come back out. So you get, and they can go to the river, get a couple pieces of fish, a handful of rice. But if you think the way they live, you know, I just got home from shopping and I heard some kids in the river. And believe it or not, people, you know, years ago, people always bathed in the river. It's just normal. Well, the family across the river still do it. So there was a young guy, I watched him, you know, when I got out, he was having a bath, so I didn't record anything. But then he had his sister in there playing with his sister in the water. And she was going, no, 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 you know, how they do, brother and sister. So I have a little clip for you. So you can see they're playing in the river. Nothing, you know, it's rainwater mainly, right? From all the way from the north. And my last little bit of Thai news is I was having trouble with my FL Studio last night. And I know a guy who's like a young software whiz kid. So I said to him, hey, can you help me with my software? And he said, sure. So I said, how can I see you? I need to get, you know, he's got a patch to fix the software. I said, how can I see? He says, I'll send it to my cloud. I'll send you a link to the cloud. I'll give you some screenshots on what to do. Finished. So he never lets me pay him. He won't let me pay him anything. So I said, okay, I'm going to take you for pizza. Deal. What do you think? So hopefully when I play with my software tonight, I'll be able to actually get that software to work properly and make some music. On that note, I'll say good night. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. And I really hope everybody's happy, wealthy, and wise. Be nice to each other. Good night.